Standing before you today, I am recommitting myself and the Western Cape government to the path which Madiba set for us. We will build a province in which aspiring residents can find a place of work or to start their own, in which hard-working parents are able to put wholesome food on the table for their children, to ensure they grow up healthy and strong. That these same children are afforded an education which primes them to take up jobs in the economy of tomorrow, where even the poorest of the poor are able to live dignified lives. And above all, a province in which we live free from fear. No matter which sphere of government is in charge of which issue, we must start to live up to Madiba's dream of being a people-centered society by taking responsibility for growing our residents' freedoms in partnership with them, because we know that it is the right thing to do. To make our vision a reality, Speaker, we have put a plan of action in place based on 4 priorities. The first priority is our commitment to creating more jobs and more economic opportunities for our people, so that they may uplift themselves and their families. Speaker, 508,000 jobs that businesses and entrepreneurs have created since the start of 2009 is a good start. This government will aim to create the enabling environment for a job in every household and work towards the 2.5 percentage point growth rate that is needed to achieve this. Within the next 6 months, we will develop our own Provincial Ease of Doing Business Index in the Western Cape to track our progress and hold ourselves accountable. We want to support the informal and township economies so that they are enabled to thrive. This will be made possible through the support package to young entrepreneurs, which will provide small businesses incentive schemes and help with registration for government and private tenders and provide mentoring services. Speaker, our second priority is to ensure that each and every resident is able to live a dignified life, and that we move from generation to generation. Our people must become self-empowered. Speaker, one of the most commonly asked questions by investors is about the pipeline of skills available. We have made major inroads in answering those questions over the past 10 years. We have a strong critical mass of dedicated and quality teachers to grow these skills. We have seen a 13% improvement in Mitrik results over the past 9 years for learners from our poorest schools, and we have made dramatic progress in the institution of e-learning. Going forward, we will build on this base and also develop the new skills required for today and tomorrow. Speaker, our third priority spells out what we will be doing to make sure that no matter where you live and where you work, your life is made easier. One of the keys to delivering real and tangible opportunities is in creating spaces where people and communities can live and prosper. Last week, the Cabinet and Provincial Department heads visited a project in the city of Cape Town where 4,000 new homes are being built at Poorest village. But we are building much more than new houses there. We are creating spaces where there will be gardens, grass, and spaces for children to play and families to enjoy. Speaker, our better living model development at the old Conradie Hospital site will provide a further 3,602 residential units in an affordable mixed-use and residential-led development. The proximity of this site to the CBD is an important step towards undoing apartheid spatial planning and creating a space where people can live close to economic opportunities. Speaker, human settlements and spatial planning cannot be divorced from transport and mobility. This province needs a clean, safe and reliable transport system. People need to be able to move from home to work and to wherever they need to with relative ease and affordability. We have to fix the basics in transport first. A functional, clean, safe and reliable system is an important building block in our economy. So, Speaker, let me give notice of our intentions. We intend to take over the management of the rail system in the province from national government so that the trains work and run on time. We intend to introduce competition. We intend to introduce competition by licensing private sector operators to take over the operation of the railway system on qualifying routes in the Western Cape. And we intend to introduce a combined ticketing system to be used on all modes of public transport. Speaker, our fourth priority, which I have purposefully kept for last. It is the most complex of all, but also the most important. It is to ensure that no matter where you call home, you live free from fear. The reality is that many of our communities are defined by fear, a plight which I am determined to overturn. And I am not the only one. Following our first Cabinet Bosberaad, Speaker, I am pleased to announce that we have established a Premier's Priority Committee on Safety to coordinate and oversee all safety stakeholders which act in this space, including role players from across the criminal justice system, local and national departments, and every department of this Western Cape government. This joined-up government approach will see to it that we have a range of programs in place to keep our communities safe. Knowing how urgent they are, we will make allowance for this in this adjustment budget process coming shortly. We also agreed to accomplish the following new goals: increasing and enhancing our own enforcement capacity, including transforming our traffic police to a fully fledged highway patrol and bolstering local law enforcement, building safety partnerships to improve collaboration and intelligence-driven coordination, building partnerships by bringing together neighbourhood watches and community policing forums, government departments with a focus on social development, cultural affairs and sport, economic development and education, and of course, bringing in municipal police, law enforcement, and the private security sector. Promoting a safe, cohesive space through the development of social infrastructure and reducing the harmful impacts of alcohol and drug abuse. In addition, we will ramp up our existing safety programs from after schools all the way across government to Project Chrysalis. In collaboration with the City of Cape Town, we have deployed peace officers and law enforcement officers to communities and schools under threat. We now support over 300 neighbourhood watches with resources, training, and a financial kickstart. We also provide funding to community police forums who are executing projects in their communities aimed at alleviating crime. In turn, we insist that these structures commit to holding their required elections this September to renew their mandate with their communities. Speaker, these four priorities spell out what we are going to do over the coming months as we put our budgets in place for 2020 and beyond. We will continue to work on the detailed plans and monitoring mechanisms required to ensure their execution. Speaker, underpinning them is a set of principles which spells out our ethos and how we plan to treat our citizens. In short, the kind of government we are aiming to be: